All right, last up is linebacker James Skalski. Please go ahead with questions.
Hey, James, it's Trevor Gross from CUTigers.com. How much did the way last season ended, how much was that a motivation in your decision to come back?
That wasn't too much of it. I mean, of course it was a factor, but I mainly came back because I didn't feel like I got a full year of health, and I feel like I still got, room to grow, and there's just a lot of uncertainties with COVID. So there's a lot more that played a factor than just that game, but that game definitely did help the decision.
You were obviously ejected in the last two playoff losses for your team. How difficult is it for you to play? Just a linebacker like you in general, just to play at your best, at full throttle and at that speed, and still manage to avoid those types of hits.
I mean, that's on me at the end of the day. I mean, the rule's there to protect people, and I got to respect the rule. And they're not out to get me; they're out to protect me. And I, to keep my career long and keep myself healthy is something I got to fix. So it's just I can still play fast and wide open and not crap out of people. I just got to keep my head up.
Hey James, Scott Kiefer with the Greenville News. Is that a little gray I'm seeing around your temples there?
I know, right? I am a little old. I got a little in the beard here.
What's it like, being part of this unique group of 6-year guys?
I mean, we're the first. I mean, oh my goodness, there's some medical stuff, guys, I guess, in the situation, but this is a unique situation, and I'm thankful for it, honestly, just the way everything worked out, and I'm just happy to be here, and this decision is done, and I'm bought in. I'm ready to go.
Did the decisions of some of your teammates influence you, or were you set to come back regardless?
The 5 that came back, we all came in together. We're all pretty tight, and that's pretty easy. Just sit down in a group and look at each other and be like, "Hey, let's do this again." So it was kind of no one guy pulling another. We were all, communicate with each other and on the same page, and we all wanted it. So.
Hey, James, it's David Hood. When you talk about we're the first ones to do this, you have a chance to win 6 ACC championship rings, maybe go to a college football playoff 6 times. Unless something weird happens, nobody else will ever get that chance again. I mean, do you think about that? And what are you going to do with all that jewelry at some point?
Yeah, no, I don't really think about it because, gosh, I guess the ACC's become so normal. I mean, it's such a hard thing to do, but it's become so normal for us to just get there. So I don't even the ACC almost feels like the end of the regular season and the playoffs, the expectation, But I mean, it's crazy. I can remember growing up, and I'm a Georgia kid watching college football and watching SEC championship, and thinking, dang man, I wish I could win one of those. And look up and you've seen everything you've won. I'm just so thankful to be a part of it.
James, this is Mike Griffith. I want to ask you a question about Georgia, the opener. Does a game like that whet your appetite a little bit more in the offseason? And you say you're a Georgia kid. Have you been to Athens? I mean, these campuses are 72 miles apart. I mean, is it likely to see a Clemson guy on the Georgia campus or vice versa?
Yeah, no, all my good buddies from home, they all, they're all Bulldogs, and they all want tickets to the game, but no, it's cool. Luckily for me, I wasn't really a fan of any team growing up. My dad played a little at OU, so that's kind of where I leaned, honestly. But I just loved watching football, honestly, man. Good football. I'm all for that. So, but it does. When you're playing a team as talented as Georgia and as good as Georgia, and I mean, it's going to be a big game, and it's very exciting. So, yeah, it definitely does, motivate you a little bit. But we're just as motivated every year. I mean, we're just excited to play football. It doesn't matter who lines up in front of us.
James, Larry Williams with TigerIllustrated.com. There were quite a few breakdowns in the Sugar Bowl. Which one specifically bothers you the most as you look back that the defense suffered from in that game?
There's missed assignments and stuff, but I think the most disappointing aspect of that game is we got punched in the mouth and we didn't do nothing about it. We got out physical. They kicked our ass, plain and simple. And that's never okay when you're playing football. Like, that's like rule number one right there. That's what football's about. So we gotta be mean, man. We gotta be mean. We gotta want it. And we didn't want it.
Jamie, on that note, did that come up in that meeting you guys had when you were talking about returning for that 6th year? And when and where did you guys have that meeting?
Me, Nolan, and me and V sat down and then in the locker room after the game, just talking. And I'm not gonna lie, when we were on the plane, I'm sitting there with like Trevor and Nolan and all of them, and just kind of discussing. And I knew I was kind of had an idea I was coming back. But when I got on that plane, I knew on the way home, I knew I was coming back for sure.
James, how surprised were you by Mike Jones's decision, and how much will he be missed in the linebacker room?
I'm surprised just because he's such a good player for us last year as a starter. But man, everyone's he's got his goals, and we're deep, and he had to make a decision that's best for himself, and he's going to do great at LSU. I got nothing but respect for Mike Jones. He's a great guy, great player. I'm excited to see what he does.
James, how much will you miss your bruised brother, Balin, during the spring? He'll be out.
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely, man. The chemistry me and him got is I love playing with him. And he really is my brother, dude. Was a good buddy of mine, and it sucks, but he just needs to get healthy. But it's also exciting. We got a lot of young talent, a lot of young guys, and even myself, I can cool down on the reps because there's a lot of young guys that need to learn more football and see more football. I'm kind of like a coach a little bit, I just gotta be a helping hand and help these guys learn because there's competition, but the deeper you are, the better your team is, and the better you are when there's someone breathing down your neck. So hey, all of us getting better. It only helps all of us. So I'm all for just creating a monster in the linebacker room.
Hey Jamie, this is Anna with Clemson 24/7. Speaking of the young guys, I know it was just the first day, but anything about mid-year Jeremiah Trotter kind of jump out at you?
Yeah, he was wide open. Another guy just can find the football. Just explosive, fast, just talented dude. The scheme's hard, man. When you never played in the V scheme, and there's a lot thrown at you. He's talking so fast, formations, everything's happening fast. So there's a lot going on. So you can never really tell, how explosive a guy is because they're just kind of stuck, But he's one of those guys that he's wide open whatever he's doing, and that's really positive to see.
Okay, we have time for one more question for James.
James, do you think a lot of this defense's, ills, for lack of a better word, can be cured by the defensive line being a year older and better and more disruptive?
Experience helps a lot, whatever it is. I think we were talented enough last year to win the whole thing, and I believe that. I know we were good enough, but when it mattered most, the little things showed up. We didn't do the little things right, and we weren't physical enough, and we didn't have that dog in us, and it showed.
All right. Thank you, James. Thank you, everyone.
Appreciate you guys.
Thanks, James.